Next, the website is going to take us to this company information tab over here on the left-hand side. Again, this information is pulling from our member database, so just take a quick second to make sure that all of the information is correct. If you need to make any changes, you can do so now. Here is where you will upload a copy of your builder license and your liability insurance. Don't forget, for the Parade of Homes and Remodeler Showcase tours, Batsy Housing First Minnesota must be listed as an additional insured on your general liability insurance. The final step is the participation agreement for this tour. If you need a copy sent to you in PDF form, please just let us know. Otherwise, look over this information and click I agree once you are ready. Then click Save and Continue at the bottom of the page. Once you've finished with the Company Information tab, you will get a pop-up that will ask you if you're interested in adding a single-family home or a coming soon community. A coming soon community is one in which you will not have a model home available to tour during the event. You will not have a permanent sales center structure. This is only for non-permanent structures like a tent or a trailer. If you click single family home and then click the next button, you are given two other options, option A or option B. Option A is as the entries have always been, with one photo and a map included. Option B is new, and it's where you get one featured image plus two secondary images, but no map included. If you'd like to see what they're going to look like in the guidebook, you can click the Click Here button, which will open a new tab and show you how they will visually look in the guidebook. This is option A, and here's option B with the two photos and no map. It also explains some changes that we've made recently to the pricing structure as well, if you want to look those over in detail. I'm going to choose option B for this example and click Submit. Now we can begin entering our model information. If you've been in the tour previously and you'd like to copy over your entry information, go ahead and click this Copy from Previous Entry button in the top right corner. From the drop down here, you'd be able to choose which address you'd like to copy your information from. Since I don't have any previous entries, there's nothing in my list to pull from. Once you select an address from the drop down, you can click the Select All button, which will check all of the boxes, or you can just choose the things that you'd like to copy over, and then click Apply. Once you click Apply, it'll automatically pull in the information from that previous entry that you've selected. First section is the home location. We would like you to add the address of the model. The development is optional. If your home is within a development, you can list that here. You can pull from the drop-down, or if your information is not in that list, you can type a new one here and create your own. The next step is the interactive map. You'll start by clicking the Find by Address button, and Google Maps will try its best to locate your model based on the address above. With new construction homes, sometimes this is tricky because the streets or the development is not included on Google Maps yet, so the guess is pretty far off sometimes. So you can grab this pin and you can move it to the correct location, whether it's across the street or if you need to zoom out and move it miles away, you can do so. Be sure that this location is pinned correctly, since this is where we will place your model on the overall and region maps. If you know the latitude and longitude, you can fill those out here as well, but if you don't know them, moving the pin will change the latitude and longitude for us. The next section is the printed phone numbers. We require at least one printed phone number for the guidebook. The second phone number is optional. Then we have our website links. So now we offer two. You include one for the printed guidebook, which has a limited character space, and the online version here, you can have as many characters as you'd like. It can go to any web address. Next, we want to fill out the builder contact information. This contact person will be the person we reach out to if we have any questions about the entries or if there's anything missing. It's also where we will send any email notifications about your entry throughout the process. It's set to custom contact for you to fill out all of your information from scratch. However, if you would like the contact person to be the main company contact that we have in our membership database, you can click the default contact button here and it will auto-populate all of this information. In most cases, the main company contact person in our membership database is not the person that you'd like to list on your entries. So if you click over to custom contact, this can be any person you'd like. The listing agent section is optional. It is not something that we will publish, it's just for us to gather information. Same thing with the interior designer section. It's optional and we will not publish this information. Next we have our pricing fields. The first is our starting at price, and this should be the lowest price that this model will be available at, without any bells and whistles or upgrades added. This field is optional. The next field down is required, however. This is the price of the model as shown. So any upgrades that you've included need to be included in this price listed here, as well as the price of the lot. This needs to be the price of the home that is for sale, or you need to be able to reproduce this home exactly as shown for this price listed. The next section down is optional again. This is your other homes from, where you can list any of your other models within this development as low as this price. Then we have our home details section. For the home type, you can list single family, association maintained attached, detached, or condo. Sales status, is this home a display model, sold, or for sale? Home style, there's multiple options that you can choose from here. You are allowed to select more than one if they apply to this particular model. So you could choose one story and you could choose single level living if they both apply. Then we've got number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms with smaller increments now, square footage, HERS index if you know it. This is if you have been rated by a ResNet rater and you have an HERS index, you can list it here. School district, number of garage stalls, and the new lifestyle section where you can list if this is a single level living, active living community, association maintained, or golf community. These 4 options will be icons listed on the printed entry if you select them. You can also choose wheelchair visitable. If you choose wheelchair visitable, I will follow up with a form for you to sign with some more details on what we consider wheelchair visitable for our tours. And then there's the open after Pareto Homes ends. Is this model going to continue to be open after the days of our tour have finished? The number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, and finished square footage fields are required with the new design layout. The next section is your home description. We'd like you to tell us a little bit about the home itself, and we've got abbreviation lists here for some common abbreviations if you'd like to shorten it and fit within the character limit. You'll notice as you type your description that your characters remaining will go down and help you be mindful of how many characters you have available. Then we have our directions. We'll need you to give us directions to the home from at least one major highway or a well-known main road. You can follow the example above if you're having trouble here, and again, watch the character count as you type, it will go down. Then we have our image section. So the first is the main large image that you could click the select file button to go find it and upload a file here. Then we have our home images 2 and 3 as well, the secondary images. At least one of these 3 images must be an exterior photo. The other 2 can be interiors, they can be exteriors, they can be floor plans if you wish. We are only accepting horizontal photos only, no vertical photos, and no logos or photo collages will be allowed here as well. If you are uploading your exterior image that needs to have a rendering, it needs to have landscaping added and beefed up a little bit, you can upload a blueprint here and check this rendering needs to be illustrated and have landscaping added, black and white illustrations only. If you do not select the $300 color upgrade checkbox here, all 3 of your images will be converted to black and white. If you do select the 300, we will leave all 3 in color. And then we have our marketing options. Go ahead and select anything that applies. If your home is going to be GreenPath Energy tested by ResNet Rater, go ahead and click here, and then let us know who that ResNet Rater is going to be. If you have editorial submissions that you'd like to send for consideration in the guidebook, go ahead and click here. If you think that your home has a great wow factor, if it's $1.2 million or more, and you'd like to be considered for a Foundation Dream Home, go ahead and click here. If you are going to host any kind of event at your home location, at the model, during the tour, go ahead and click here. And this can be anything from wine and cheese to meet the builder, any kind of event that you're going to have during our days and hours of the tour. We also allow you to submit photos for our social media platforms. If you're interested in that, go ahead and click here. A lot of the times the homes aren't fully ready for professional photography yet at the start of the tour or just before the tour, so this information can come later if need be, but go ahead and check now if you think it's something you'll want in the future. For each of the marketing options that we've selected, we need to be sure to also follow through and click on the entry form and details link for each. This is where we will submit the editorial details or fill out the Dream Home application. Tell us more about the events that you're going to host at your home and send us the free social media photos. All of these will take you to a landing page where you can fill out these forms for the Parade of Homes or the Remodeler Showcase. By clicking here, we come to a form where we can fill out additional details. If we don't know these additional details up front, that's okay, as long as we check the box now and come back and follow through at a later date. Also included in our Parade of Homes entry form is the Reggie Awards section. If you plan to enter your home into the Reggie Awards, be sure to click here and fill out additional information. The Reggie Awards are tied to the Fall Parade of Homes only and will not be available for the spring tours. If you have additional questions on the Reggie Awards section or Reggie Awards in general, please reach out to Nicole. That's Nicole at batc.org, BATC.org, for more information. And the last section is our Premium Home Upgrade for $200. If you pay an additional $200, you can add 15 additional photos online. You can include a virtual tour link, a video link that will embed right onto your Parade of Homes entry online, any additional web links like social media links, and an extended description for up to 700 characters. If you look to the right side, you'll notice the information that we filled out has a green check mark next to it, and some of the things we skipped and have to come back to. The things that we have to come back to, you can click directly on the item and it'll jump you right to that section of the page. And you can fill that information out now. If we don't know some of these details like price, you can come back later. Up front, all we need to know for the entry deadline day is your home location with the address and your builder contact information, including this email address. And then also your final half payment. So if we're ready, we can go ahead and click Add Another Entry if we have more entries to add into the system, or we can click Finish and Pay.